Hello and welcome to The Lucky Roll, an eclectic channel for eclectic games. And today we're looking at Battlecrest Year 2 and its third expansion. Published by the masters of pocket size fun themselves, Battlecrest Games. Now, regular Lucky Roll viewers will know that we're already very familiar with Battlecrest here on the channel, having reviewed and thoroughly enjoyed the earlier iterations of the game. If you want to check out our previous reviews, please click here to get a more in-depth perspective, or check the link in the description box below. However, to sum it up, Battlecrest is quite frankly a game that I simply cannot stop heaping enough praise on for its mechanics, its versatility, its price point, its pocket-sized scale, and its incredible value for money. It's a 1v1 or 2v2 skirmish game with very clever mechanics and a streamlined experience that is deceptively tactical in its core, with the variety of heroes and battlegrounds on offer, giving real versatility and depth to a game that it has no right to be, given that it's made up of just 18 cards. There is real genius at play here in the game's design, and the good folks at Battlecrest have delivered again with Year 2 of this great little game. Firstly, I want to talk about the new setting of Metron City, which gives a nice night city vibe from Cyberpunk 2077. It's a new, tall and cool place to battle, but what I like best about this new battleground setting, however, is that the basic outlay of the map has flipped on its side, from a horizontal rectangular shape of 7 spaces wide by 5 spaces tall that we saw with the first few games, to a skyscraping 5 spaces wide and 7 spaces tall. This gives a really good futuristic metropolis tall building vibe to the game, with the idea of dealing with height rather than space. But it also forces a change in old tactical habits seasoned players would have no doubt developed with the old maps, by now having to take into account a new tier of vertical attacks and possibilities, and less room to maneuver in skirting from side to side. There are 4 new characters with varying powers and new abilities. The first is Caladius, the master healer whose healing ability allows him to sacrifice hit points to pull off more powerful attacks in close quarters battle. And when his special ability, Wraithlock, is flipped, it allows him to attack from anywhere on the board. A very powerful character whose only downside is the lack of a minion, which means that players with minions of their own can keep him busy with their subordinate in order to set up the perfect attack. The second character is Exa, the former sentry bot now turned mercenary with her pet/turret minion Sparkles. Years of reprogramming have burnt out Exa's emotional regulator, making her the perfect mercenary, which my friend Tony used to lethal effect in his battles against me. Sparkles, the minion in particular, has a very high shield buffer, which makes it impervious to all but the most devastating attacks, with the added bonus that if Sparkles is damaged, the turret turns into a mine, which can be devastating and lethal in more densely packed 4-player games. And if that wasn't bad enough, the resultant mine explosion heals Sparkles and brings it back online into turret mode to fight once again at X's side. Tony loved that robot minion, whereas I learned to utterly loathe it. The third character is the cybernetically enhanced assassin Brian, who is the perfect character for new players, as he essentially has an extra life. Once Brian's hit points are exhausted, you can use a special move to heal him back up to maximum health. However, this sets a terminal overload into effect, where Brian loses 1 health at the end of every turn from that point on, which gives a great urgency for the player in battling with him. I really enjoyed Brian, as his extra life per se allows you to make a mistake and still stay in the fight to a degree. It also allows you to be hyper aggressive and use cards to attack rather than defend more often than not. The final character is the highly mobile Mob Zane, whose new ability, Hurtle, allows the player and the character to hop over location cards with ease and makes him all that more difficult to pin down. A gritty jetbike fighter, Mob is more than capable of holding his own against his opponents, but his high mobility Hurtle ability allows for periodic tactical retreats in ways that other characters cannot, which makes him a great opponent to set against Exa and her minion Sparkles when he's in his mine form. His versatility also makes for very interesting gameplay in the new vertical map style that we've gotten with the new Metron City background. Some great new additions here in Year 2, which of course are completely compatible with all previous base games and expansions, which leads to a fantastic rota of characters and places to battle. Again, to sum up, and I am aware that I am repeating myself, but these are brilliant games. I can't say it any more simpler than that. Battlecrest is a fantastic and simple skirmish concept pulled off very well with a simple yet versatile play system that is in-depth gameplay that is not only great value for money but perfect for travel and quick games in between larger sessions. The base game is only €12 or dollars or your regional equivalent, and its expansions are €4, $4. All come packaged with a wallet to keep them in and to make any travel with them exceptionally easy. For the value you get here, you are practically stealing from Button Shy. Please do check them out. It's a great company and a great concept that deserves to continue to succeed. As always, this is Sean from The Lucky Roll. If you enjoyed these videos, please like, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. And until next time, this is Sean, signing off.